Good morning, Uncle Lou here. How many of you guys, I don't know if this show still comes on anymore. This was a long time ago. I don't even watch MTV anymore because I'm too sophisticated. But there used to be a show on MTV called Boiling Points. And just stay with me here for a minute. But the premise of this show, Boiling Points, it was a hidden camera type show. And the premise was they would put the mark or the unsuspecting person or whatever in some sort of situation where everyone else, of course, was in on the gag except for this one person. And they would put this one person in a particular situation where everything went wrong. They would be rude to him. Basically, the point of the show was to see how long this particular person could sit there before they completely lost it or hit their boiling point. And if they made it a certain, a minute or 90 seconds, whatever it was, if they made it however long, they won $100 or whatever it was. How many remember that show? I think I'm on that show right now. I think I'm constantly on that show. There are people, and they're not trolling. This is what's sad. They're not trolling. There are people trying to make the argument, trying to make the case on some of these Facebook groups right now that Grayson Lambert was a good quarterback. I'm looking for the hidden cameras in here. I have to be on a TV show. Grayson Lambert, look. I know, look, we're not supposed to talk bad about the players and everything, and I get it. But look, season's over. We can look back and critique a player's performance. Grayson Lambert didn't get it done. He's terrible. He's not a Division I quarterback. He's definitely not an SEC level quarterback. Now, he's a nice guy, I'm sure. I'm sure he's a great guy, and I'm sure he's got a great future ahead of him in the business world or whatever. But he does not have the arm talent to be a big-time quarterback. He doesn't have it. And somebody on Facebook, look, somebody actually made the defense on Facebook. They were defending Grayson Lambert and said, well, twice he threw the ball 40 yards and people dropped it. Twice? Basically, this person was responding to a comment I had made saying Grayson Lambert doesn't have the arm talent. He can't even complete a 10-yard out route. And her response, well, I saw him throw the ball in the Tennessee game. He threw the ball 40-something yards, and Reggie Davis dropped it. And then the Georgia Tech game, they throws another one 45 and 50 yards, and Malcolm Mitchell dropped it. So they can't throw the ball 10-yard out route. Look here, lady. Do you understand football at all? That's a rhetorical question. It's much harder to throw a 10-yard out route across the field than it is to lob the ball 50 yards downfield and cross your fingers and hope somebody with your color jersey on can run underneath it and catch it. I can do that. What are you doing? He wasn't a good quarterback, okay? I'm not putting him down. I'm not a good quarterback either, okay? But for God's sakes, you have any idea how you sound trying to make an argument that Grayson Lambert was a good quarterback? He was not a good quarterback. He wasn't good at Virginia. Somebody else blamed it all on Schottenheimer. Now, look, I'm not a Schottenheimer fan, but you either have an arm or you don't. Okay? You don't suddenly develop an arm at the age of 22. It doesn't work that way. Now, decision-making, reading defenses, things like that can be learned and taught, okay, in college and beyond. You can't teach someone arm ability. You have it or you don't. It's that simple. And it's the people that are able to combine those things that are your elite quarterbacks, the people that can combine the arm talent with the decision-making ability and the smarts to read defenses, those are your elite quarterbacks, okay? The fact that Grayson Lambert can lob the ball 50 yards in the air does not mean he's a good quarterback. This is what it's like. Hold on, where can I? This is what it's like arguing with some of you people in these Georgia groups on Facebook. It's banging my head against the wall. And you know what? I'm trying to stay calm here, but it's not working. Doctor tells me if I'm going to keep making these videos that I have to relax and I can't get all worked up. I wish some of you people would keep that in mind before you type some of these idiotic comments that you make. You've got me all discombobulated. The same people defending Grayson Lambert are the same people that Mark Richt, if you'd have given Mark Richt 2 or 3 more years, he'd have got you that title. He had 15, okay? Grayson Lambert's not growing a throwing arm anytime ever, okay? He's 22 years old. He's not going to suddenly develop an NFL arm. He doesn't have it. He's not a good quarterback. I mean, half the passes he threw looked like me when I was 8 years old skipping flat rocks across a pond. I'm sorry, he's just not a good quarterback. Good morning.